just had that chicken sandwich.
Bruh, look, that was a whole L I heard, bruh. Look, so yesterday, I was trying to go grab the chicken sandwich before I went down and did my homework. Bruh, first of all, that line was longer than a Monday work shift, my guy. Bruh, because look.
So you ain't get it?
Bruh, look. I sat in line, right? Sitting in traffic, horizontal.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Risking my life for these chicken sandwiches. It wasn't that extreme. But
that's serious.
Hell yeah. Do you not see my size? We should be excited. You are a bigger fellow yourself.
I got the pre-release. I had mine back in June.
Nigga.
I had
You pre-ordered
just now tasting it.
You pre-ordered the
I had the
Popeyes
pre-release back in June, man.
Boy, what plug do you have in Popeyes to where you getting pre-release chicken?
Relax.
Are you paying Popeyes subscriptions and shit?
I had to pay resale for it.
Oh
but
boy,
hey,
what?
Fired.
And these chickens
chickens
got the easy prices and
God.
resale. But yeah, bro. So it turns out, got to the window.
Yeah.
Bro, they had this handwritten sign.
They ran out.
Bro, handwritten talking about out of chicken sandwiches. As soon as I seen that, 45 minutes wasted just.
This was worse than the crack epidemic.
I'm telling you, boy, Ronald Reagan ain't got shit on these Popeyes chicken sandwiches.
Seeing people jump through the window, man, it's crazy. But anyway, let's get into the sports, man.
Definitely. Welcome to Moment of Truth Sports, episode 9. I'm the host, Malcolm, MJ, whatever, don't matter.
My name's Mikailou. I'm gonna talk to y'all about some NFL, preseason stuff, what we got going on in the season right now, some predictions, Let's get into it.
Definitely. So, first, I want to give a shout out to Martellus Bennett, the ex-Patriots tight end. He actually wrote a book called Dear Black Boy that encourages young black males to dream, man. So I feel like that's super dope. I think we need more of that.
Definitely. Yeah.
So that's solid. Also, in another realm of NFL news, Venus and Serena are now minority owners of the Dolphins. Yeah. Dope for history. It's great to see black women getting their hands into the NFL,
Yeah, no, it's great representation. I think it's inspiring. So it's great to see, and I hope, we have more of that, in the near future.
Definitely. I want to see more black owners in the NFL now, man. But let's go ahead and jump into the episode, man. So let's start off with the Cowboys, man.
Oh, man.
All right, so Jerry Jones decided he wanted to pay Jalen Smith first. That's crazy to me.
Yeah. And it's not even that Jalen Smith didn't deserve the money. He's a phenomenal linebacker. He's definitely, I'd say, top 5 right now in the league.
I agree. But as far as hierarchy that you need to pay, you got. How do you rationalize that?
That's like my light bill getting ready to become overdue. My light's gonna get turned off. I decided to pay my cell phone bill. What's more important?
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Like that's a big piece, but you really about to lose out on a one-of-a-kind running back, and maybe lose the first few games of the season due to that. So
and then also just the comments towards Ezekiel Elliott are not helping. Right. Like I feel like, all right, when you look at your team, you have 3 main players that need to be paid. And then Jaylen Brown, I think he was set for his extension to take place next year, maybe.
Right.
But
it was kind of a petty move. Like, don't get me wrong, he deserves the money, but you definitely have bigger, fishes to fry than that. So
definitely.
Running back like Zeke, you have to pay him immediately,
Definitely.
And you can't make jokes about it too. I know you guys heard the comment that he made about Zeke, who, that's something you can't mess with that man right now. He's
definitely.
It's not a good time.
That's like something that add fuel to get Zeke to go play for the Eagles or something.
Yeah,
and then he just raised hell.
Be mad at that either.
Man, just raised all types of hell in your division.
Year after year after year.
See, you gotta see me 2 times the regular season and then potentially in the postseason.
Oh yeah.
Oh my goodness, man, that'd be a nightmare.
Jerry Jones thinks he's just on a whole nother level where he can do whatever he wants. Yeah, I think he's gonna be in for a rude awakening. If Dak doesn't get the contract he wants, if Zeke doesn't get the contract he wants, they finish these years off, they go somewhere else.
Lamar.
Your offense is done. You're back in square one. So
you gotta handle these correctly. But on some lighter news, man, I'm going out on a limb. I'm saying that the Saints have the most fun training camp in the NFL.
Think so?
Man, look, they got QB challenges that they do every year with the Chargers.
Okay.
So it's been going on since like 2017. But basically, they had a joint practice the week they play in the preseason, and they do accuracy tests. Like they'll throw the little disc in the air, and you just throw the football up. That's 1 point, hitting the bottom pole of the goal post.
I see why they got the two most accurate quarterbacks.
That's what I'm saying, man. And it's super dope. But then I just found out something else, that they was out there doing softball home run derbies at practice, like between the quarterbacks. Okay. And man, look, and also we need to petition that Taysom Hill should be referred to as Captain America now, man.
The best backup in the league.
Bro,
that man does anything.
Anything, man. Look, man, line up at quarterback for Wildcat, quarterback just in shotgun, just throw. Running back, tight end, wide receiver,
safety. Asked that man to get in the kitchen and make some Popeye sandwiches. I guarantee you.
I'm telling you, man. Dude, just like, hey, you need some Gatorade?
Right. That man does everything.
Boy, I'm telling you.
I've never seen no backup running back run as hard. Backup quarterbacks. He run like a running back,
but then,
you got me
like I think he run like a 4.2 or something.
Yeah, it's crazy. He's not no young cat either. He a veteran.
I think he's 27, I believe.
Yeah.
I don't remember. Don't quote me on age. I think he's like 27, 28.
No,
he's an older,
dependable backup though. Yeah, that's something that's crazy to see.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That's why the Saints are a great organization.
Hell yeah. Who did? But speaking of quarterbacks, all right, Kyler Murray and the Arizona Cardinals. Do you think it was a wise move for them to get Kyler Murray with their glaring issues at the offensive line?
No, it wasn't. I mean, to be honest, given their track record of quarterback history, they overpaid Sam Bradford. You know, they got Josh Rosen. He didn't work out for them. I know they needed to make a move at the quarterback position, you know, for their fan base, for the organization, so they can see some sort of transition into them, you know, being dominant, even, you know, coming out of last place out of their division, you know, in the NFC West. But I don't think that was a good move because they weren't prepared to protect him.
And he's also a smaller quarterback. He's like 5'9", 5'10".
Exactly.
Like Drew Brees is smaller as well, and Russell Wilson is smaller. But Drew Brees has had a solid offensive line.
A solid offensive line. They're veterans. They know, you know,
they know what they're looking for.
There, right. Now you can tell by these preseason games, you know, he's getting rattled. His pocket presence is off. You know, so based on that alone, probably should have had a veteran, you know, sit with him and, you know, let him produce a little bit more before you just threw him on the field. But it is preseason, so they can make some adjustments. But as far as him starting day in and day out for these guys when they're not prepared to even protect him, doesn't seem like the best move to make.
Definitely. I feel like they were in too much of a rush to get a quarterback in there because I know Larry Fitzgerald is leaving. And they want to transfer that locker room leadership to someone, and they don't have that someone as of yet.
Correct.
We also forgot David Johnson was there. We haven't talked about David Johnson
and the thing
in 2
is,
seasons.
He's tapered off due to injuries, things like that. But I definitely think on the production end, you know, that he can definitely put up some points this year. Some touchdowns, some yards. You know, I think they need to have, you know, a threat at quarterback so the running game can open up. So, and I think they are developing some young receivers as well. So outside of Larry Fitzgerald, they got some young guys getting ready to step up. So, you know, if him and Kyler Murray can get on the same page as far as, you know, a connection there, and they can have a threat at the running back position, then they might have a decent year. But
we'll see. But speaking of like protecting your first round pick, you know, let's move over to the Giants. Now they're in a similar situation, right? They but the difference is they actually have their veteran quarterback there. He may not be the best veteran.
Trash, it's the worst.
But do you think that Daniel Jones should start day one? Game 1, week 1?
Yes.
You think so?
Yeah. Based on what I've seen from him in the preseason and the workouts, I think you need to develop him as soon as possible. I don't know why Eli Manning is still there, to be honest with you. Over the past 2 years, he hasn't proved anything. You know, he had Odell, he had some weapons there, and they're not doing too well. So I think honestly, you know, I'm still surprised that he got picked where he got picked at. But you know, they invested in him to this point. I think you need to throw him out there, let him get a full season under his belt, develop around him. So, year 2, year 3, he's going to be confident and go out there and maybe win some games for you guys. But I definitely think he needs the reps, starting week 1.
I believe he needs to take the Pat Mahomes route and just sit under Eli for a minute. He may not be the greatest, but he does have 2 things that a lot of quarterbacks don't have. He has rings.
Okay.
So he has done it before now. They may have been miracle wins, but he knows what it takes to get there. And also, Peyton Manning is at his disposal, so he can get access to a better quarterback. That's why he was kind of handpicked for this position. But I feel like he just needs to get acclimated to what the NFL is for a year. Just get there, train, get your body in the proper condition to be a starting quarterback. Just practice on getting the reps in with your team, being more accurate, getting the rapport with the team so you guys can go out there and play for you. Mm-hmm. It cost them a lot as far as when they gave up Odell. You did get, Jabril Peppers, but you didn't get anything to replace it. So you really don't have anything except for Saquon, Sterling, and Daniel Jones for your near future.
I got a prediction. We're going to have Eli Manning start. That's the way the organization wants to go. You're going to have Eli Manning throw 15 picks in the first 3 games.
You got 5 picks.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that.
That's what I expect of Eli Manning. That's there's no potential or nothing taking that team in the right direction. So I feel like he's going to get pushed out due to that poor performance. Mm-hmm. You're going to have him come in there. He's not going to be great. He might be like Trubisky. He might come in, replace Jay Cutler, and he may be pretty, steady for them going into year 2. He's going to work on developing, and they may be able to build around him. Mm-hmm. But I think I can't see Eli Manning starting every single game. I think he got removed, week 12 last year, and they put a rookie, and they said, we going to put a rookie in there, you playing, he pushes the organization to that point. So,
but I think that's kind of the route they're going to take, just like let Eli play out. Just let him play out. He's won us a couple rings. We respect you enough that you've got us that much, especially winning them against Tom Brady.
Yeah.
So that's sustained. But that's also the same route that Tom Brady took behind Drew Bledsoe, the same route that Aaron Rodgers had behind Brett Favre.
All those quarterbacks were good.
They are good.
Yeah,
but
Eli Manning is you get beat out by Eli Manning.
Alex Smith over Pat Mahomes for a while. Alex Smith is a mid-tier.
Yeah.
So
he was a clear-cut starter, though. You don't want to risk, taking him out for, uncertainty. And it did turn out might have been.
It was smart. But I feel like it's a similar thing. Like, even though he's not the greatest of quarterback with arm accuracy and whatnot, he knows what it takes to get to the promised land. Although Alex Smith did not win a Super Bowl, he helped aid in the culture that got them to the Super Bowl. Even though Kaepernick by far did it that year.
Okay.
He still was a part of that environment.
Yeah,
that was a great. That was a great team.
In regards to Eli Manning, he's so far removed from any decent season. I think you need to transition to somebody else immediately.
Definitely.
Have him sit down. He's building rapport with them now. They're going over, the ins and outs, maybe the playbook type stuff. But I really think don't teach my first round draft pick anything you have going on. Whatever you was doing, keep that over there. We're going to teach this man the playbook. We're going to teach him how to read his offense, and then we're going to, move forward with him. I wouldn't even want somebody like Eli even talking on my first round draft pick.
But also, you got to think about what's the expectation for this season. Mm-hmm. I think he's just going to have his walkout year because I don't think they're expecting to win.
Sure.
I just feel like, when Daniel is ready, you want to send him out there as a complete surprise. Right. You don't know nothing about him. Like, you want him to hit the ground running like how all these other quarterbacks do.
Yeah.
So I think that's probably be the safest route. But whether or not, you get greedy or not, trying to just if you get impatient, that could play a part in it. You got to be patient with quarterbacks, especially when you're in a rebuild mode.
Facts.
But let's switch gears a little bit. Shout out to Molly Corn. But
to who?
Molly.
Got kicked off.
Nah, but messing with LeVar, talking about switching gears.
Stupid
ass.
Off of the show now.
Yeah, but terrible. You should be. Never mind. But anywho, who do you feel has the highest expectations going into this?
Highest expectations, for this year, I have to go with the Cleveland Browns, and the reason is they have Odell Beckham, they have Jarvis Landry, they have, Kareem Hunt, they have Nick Chubb, they have Baker Mayfield. Yeah. That potential on the offense should make them one of the most dynamic offenses this year in the league. Outside of the Rams, outside of those type of, you really have a dynamic offense there, and year after year after year with them being mediocre, this is really their time to shine. So you have two, I would say maybe arguably top 10 receivers in the league. You have two top 15 running backs. You have a great quarterback who had a really good rookie season. Heisman winning quarterback. He's proved he can play in this league. There's no reason you shouldn't be successful this year. They have a great defense. All the pieces are there. So on paper, they should definitely perform. And I think Cleveland needs it. Year after year, being mediocre, this is their time to step up and make their presence known. Maybe make a playoff appearance. I think it's definitely attainable for those guys.
I think that's the bare minimum is the playoff appearance. I feel like the main threats in their division is obviously going to be the Steelers. They got a lot to play for now with the whole AB situation. Yeah. And then you also have to see if Lamar Jackson has developed a throw at all.
So you going Steelers or Ravens?
I feel like the Ravens defense may carry them in the division, but I feel like it's going to take more than one offseason to get Lamar Jackson proper, because you got to change his mind. He's like a wild horse if you think about it. Yeah. Like he's ready to run, he's ready to be free and roam and gallop and whatnot. Right. But you have to kind of get him set into, all right, you are an NFL quarterback, the things you've done before that are long gone. You have to really get into the model of, all right, I got to wait for my routes to develop and then take off.
Yeah.
That's kind
of more so his pocket presence. He needs to, and I don't know if it was a protection issue or what it was exactly, but I know he did have the most fumbles in the league last year.
It was a ball protection.
Quarterback ball protection.
Yeah, he wasn't.
So
he wasn't. When you're in a running mood, like a lot of on the college level, you're not really taught to just punch the ball out. In the NFL, you're punching the ball.
Right, and that's what I'm thinking. More so pocket presence. You need to get the snap. You need to read the defense, see what you need to do. If you're going to tuck it and run, tuck that thing and take off. Don't be hesitant. So, but I think they're developing their wide receivers as well. They're really gonna strategize the offense around him. Maybe hopefully they take a Mike Vick approach because he has an arm. He can run and he has an arm.
He can throw, but he's inaccurate. Yeah. So, and that's the Colin Kaepernick problem. Like I said last week, the only reason I feel like they're willing to take a chance on a quarterback like Lamar is due to his age. Yeah. Because if he really does not hone in on accuracy, it's not going to serve you any justice. Because Michael Vick didn't win anything like that. And then also you're taking a lot more punishment. And Michael Vick could tell you himself, like, he didn't really slow down the game until he got to Philadelphia. Mm-hmm. That's really late in his career, and then he went to the Steelers, and he was pretty much done at that point. Right. So, in that division, I feel like you would definitely want to go Steelers winning that division due to what they have to prove and due to them having the oldest tenured quarterback in that division, because Andy Dalton is nothing. I don't really think the Bengals are going to do anything. Okay. So your main threats as far as complete teams are going to be either the Browns or the Steelers, and I feel like veteran presence would definitely carry them in the season in those close games, because it's a lot of pressure. Yeah. Because now you're going from obscurity and just being in the abyss to being the face. Right. Like you're potentially moving to the most important team in the NFL. Right. And that's a lot of pressure. Exactly. And it's difficult because you got two number one receivers. You have a lot of riches. You have two number one running backs.
That's what I'm saying.
So you
on paper, everything looks good.
Yeah, you have a lot of wealth on that
team. It's really the offensive coordinators. They have to be on the same page with the head coach. I think it's going to come down to the coaching. If you use those pieces correctly, you can really do some damage in that division.
Definitely. Real quick, Mine was also the Browns, but just for variety, I think I'll mention the Raiders as mine. Once you get on Hard Knocks, I definitely feel like your expectations rise, especially with the moves that you make in releasing Amari Cooper, releasing Khalil Mack, and getting AB. You don't make those moves unless you are 100% certain and confident. Right.
Something he had a lot of people scratching their heads at last year, and nobody could really understand it.
But we didn't see AB coming in.
Yeah, well, we're starting to kind of get an idea of maybe the transition he's starting to make, but it's not fully clear until maybe we progress more to the season or get into that year 3 mark. But
definitely, I don't see it being like, I don't know, because I hear a lot of talk from like their camp saying like, oh, we expect to win the division and whatnot, but I don't see it. You got like arguably the third best not arguably, you definitely have the third best quarterback. I feel like 1 and 2 are debatable depending upon what you're going for. If you're going for just overall impact, you'll go Patrick Mahomes, but he only has one season. But as far as veteranship and who does it consistently, you go Phillip Rivers.
Yeah.
But when you look at it, they also have the third best offense and the third best defense. Well, they might have the second best defense. It depends how it plays out. Because Chargers by far have the first. Then it's debatable between the Chiefs and the Raiders because the Broncos is depleted. So
so you definitely go Chargers as far as the best defense.
Oh, definitely by far. I feel like the Chargers have the best team on paper in the NFL because they're stacked from top to bottom on both sides of the football.
Correct. Both
sides. I've never seen a team more complete.
Yeah, they're very balanced.
So I personally think that they'll come out the AFC.
Yeah. And it's Phillip Rivers' make or break season.
Oh, definitely.
The man needs a Super Bowl before he ends his career. So.
Definitely. But that's pretty much all we got for this week. So this has been episode 9 of Moment of True Sports. I've been MJ Nelson.
It's Mikailou.
Peace.